Okay. It should work. Sorry for the delay. Today we've got two things. The first is going to be the new worksheet that I did upload to your teams. And then we did talk about history. If we've got some time, we will take a look at that. Hello. This is just like unexpected, and I'll just check on this. Do you know what that one means? It says something I need to go to Omnibar to change the settings. Is it? Does it work? Alright, sorry everyone for the delay again. So we start with the conversation, please. So today we talk about different jobs, and we will talk about that because I do believe it's going to be easy for you to read them. They're kind of new words for you, but they're very similar to English, so I think it should be pleasant. If you did not download it yet, please take your time to do it now. It's going to be the QR code, and you can find the board. Alright, so that's going to be the question today. The question is, what's your job? That's going to be the topic too. So it's over here, and maybe you can try to help me with reading someone. Can you try? Here on the top, what do you see? That's good. So that pretty much means who are you according to your job? Or like, what's your job? So with a photo. And let's say just right there, can we? So with a photo. Okay, and over here you have a little tiny dialogue between two women. Let's start with her. What does she say? Okay, so for the rest, we're gonna try to down again. So, could you say just one more time? It's going to be добрий день. Як вас звати? Can someone translate that for me, please? Yeah, that's good. So it's like, good afternoon, what is your name? Maybe, let's say just one more time, can we? It's going to be добрий день. Як вас звати? And we use вас because it's a polite language, right? And over here is the lady who's gonna tell us her name and surname. What's your name? Yeah, that's good. So over here, we've got a short question, and you could be either Abdullah or Abbas. So here it's polite language, so it's just like and you, Abbas. But I will break down for everyone too. Can we? Let's say that one too.
Excuse me, Professor.
You're also taking this word. Could you say just one more time? Let's go. It's going to be мене звати Олена Шевченко. А вас? All right.
I cannot hear you.
I know. Can you explain, please? So here she says something else. Let's go. It's going to be мене звати Ірина Ющенко. That's her sentence. And then she says what her job is. So the question here is, кто вы за фахом? And she says what her job is. Could you try to read this word? List. All right. Journalist. Can you see that? So it's like let's say за фахом. Я журналист. And that means by profession I'm a journalist. So that's her job. Я журналист. And then she asks exactly the same question. She asks like, Elena, what is your job? What is- Okay, that's good. Let's say just for example, Elena, хто ви за фахом? And she says, I am something. So what is her job? Yeah, that's very good. Can you see it? Let's go. I will write it down, but let's just say, я актриса. Yeah, that's right. I'll write this here. Okay, so, Elena, хто ви за фахом? Я актриса. Alright, I'll just translate one more time so everyone is on the same page. It goes like, good afternoon, what is your name? My name is Elena Shevchenko, and you? My name is Irina Yushchenko. By profession, I'm a journalist. Elena, what is your job? And I am an actress. So that's our little dialogue. I want you to read it now. We've got to have two rows of people who will take turns. Shall we? We start with the girl on the right, and please, this row, can you read it for us? Добрый. That's good, guys. A bit longer for you. So you need to say, my name is Elena Shevchenko, and you? Shevchenko. Вас? Okay, polite language from my side, and you? So what does she say? And the answer, yeah? Alright, so what we do now, can we just read one more time and then please record in Teams with your partner, can we? So is it too small or you can see from here? Do you feel it's tiny or it's okay? It's okay? Not okay? Oh no. I will try to make it bigger, okay? So you read for me and I will just write for you on that side a bit bigger, okay? Let's do it this way. So you read and I will just write after you. Just for 10, let's go. Добрый. Okay, that's good. Let's say just for 10. Добрий день. Як вас звати? Alright, what does she say? Okay, let's again. Мене звати Олена Шевченко. А вас? Okay. And then she says Irina. Okay, let's again. Мене звати Ірина Ющенко. Okay, and then okay. Okay, let's again. За фахом. Я журналіст. And then one more time, let's say Olena. Хто ви за фахом? And she says that's good, let's say я актриса. I'm an actress. Alright, any questions here? Translation or pronunciation? So far so good. Let's do it just one time and then please find a partner and do it on Teams, okay? So let's go, let's start again. Добрий день. Як вас звати? Мене звати Олена Шевченко. А вас? Мене звати Ірина Ющенко. За фахом я журналіст. Олена, хто ви за фахом? Я актриса. Alright, that's good. Please record it. Great, let's keep going now. So the next task is to listen to the new words that I'm going to read for you, and all these words are uploaded to your audio. The audio is uploaded to your iClass, so you can listen at home too. What you need to do now, you need to just put a sign above a stressed syllable. So by a sign, I mean, let's say this line above. That's how we in Ukraine show that something is stressed, that the syllable is stressed, just like a little sign above. And over here you can see all the Ukrainian vowels, and I did put them in bold for your convenience. But let's read those vowels, okay? Could you please tell me which letters you see? And they're all the vowels, which are like not consonants, meaning. Let's see, what are the vowels here? A, E, Y, I, O, U, U. Yeah, okay, that's nice. So we've got all these vowels in Ukrainian language, 10 of them. And right now I'm gonna read these words for you. Please listen. It's either doctor, for example, or doctor. So you have to choose which one is a stress syllable, okay? I believe it's not gonna be too hard for you. Let's see, number one, please put the syllable, the stress syllable. Let's go, number one, doctor. Could you please put the dot where you think it belongs? So one more time, it's maybe you think it's like this, or maybe you think it's like this, so you just put which one you think is stressed. Okay, number two, let's go. Student. Okay, the next thing, studentka. Sportsman. Sportsman. Sportsmanka. Sportsmanka. Sekretar. Sekretar. Czytaj. Czytaj. Żurnalist. Żurnalist. Muzykant. Muzykant. Businessman. Businessman. President. President. Polityk. Polityk. Programist. Programist. Aktrysa. Aktrysa. Inżynier. Inżynier. Письменник. Письменник. Alright, so in a second I will write down the Latin for you for a different exercise. But now please just tell me which letter you think is stressed, and please try to think what you think this word might be, okay, in English. So some words are taken from English, and I believe it's going to be easy for you to guess. Okay, so let's go. This word has two O's. Which one is the stressed one? Yeah, that's good. So maybe one more time, let's say doctor. And I think it's too easy, so I will just write it down, right? So it's a doctor. That's the job, doctor. Let's see. The second word. That's good. Let's again, student. So you guys, you are students. So how would you say I am a student? Yeah, good job. Yeah, student, and that's a full sentence. So people can ask you, what job do you do? Like, what do you do? How would they say that? Yeah, that's good. So if I ask you, кто вы за фахом, what can you answer? Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Yes, student. So student can be for females and males, so for both genders. But this word is only for females. That's why we have two of them. And something that can help you know that it's going to be a female, we add ka at the end of a profession quite often to show it's a female person. Let's just read this word again. What's that? Right, so if you're a lady, you can say ja studentka, which means I'm a female student. And which vowel is stressed? That's good, so it's here, studentka. Let's see the next thing. Maybe let's read first. What do you see? Yeah, that's very good. Once again, sportsman. And which one is stressed? That's good. So what do you think this job is? Yeah, exactly. An athlete or sportsman. And actually it can be two. It can be either a female or a male again. So an athlete, a female athlete or a male athlete. But this one has ka at the end, so this is only for females, right? Let's see, which one is stressed? Which letter is stressed? Again, right? Sportsmanka, that's good. And let's say again, so it's a female athlete. Let's say sportsmanka. Alright, let's see. We've got two S and one R. Which one is stressed? That's good. I is stressed. And let's read again. What's the word? Good, once again, secretary. And who do you think that one is? Yeah, that's a secretary. Then we've got one more. This one might be harder if you didn't learn Russian. If you learned Russian, you can help with the translation. But first, let's see. Which letter is stressed? U or A? U, that's good. So once again, учитель. Anyone who learned Russian, do you know what this job is? Yeah, that's a teacher. That's good. Teacher. Учитель. And then we get the one you've seen already. So which letter is stressed? U, A, or E? Yeah, that's good. So once again, journalist. And which job is that? A journalist. That's right. So one of the girls was a journalist before. And let's see the one here. Which letter is stressed? Yeah, good job. And once again, muzikant. Do you know who that one is? That's good. And it can be both for female and male. How would you say if it's a female musician? Yeah, you just need to add ka, and it's going to be a female job. So it works, I guess, with almost every word. Like if it's a journalistka, sekretarka, let's just say muzikantka. Yeah, it's a female musician. If you add ka, it becomes a female job. Let's see, what about this end? Is it E, A, or second A stressed? Oh, is it businessman or businessman or businessman? Can you listen? I'll say the correct one. Businessman. Yeah, it's the second N. Yeah, the last N. And that's a businessman. So once again, businessman. Alright, what about here? Which letter is stressed? Yes, the last N. That's good. Once again, president. Alright, I guess we don't need the translation. Sorry, that's the president. And then the next thing. Which letter is stressed? E, that's good. Once again, politic. Do you know who that one is? Yeah, that's a politician. Politician. Then we get one more. Which letter is stressed? E, that's good. Once again, programmist. This might be a bit harder. That's a web developer. So he works with kind of programma in Ukrainian, which means apps. So that's a web developer, or like more like a software developer too, the best. Software, like an IT guy, pretty much. Software developer. Okay, the next thing. Which letter is stressed? A or U? U. That's good. Once again, actrisa. And that's only for a girl, so that's an actress. If that's the guy, it's gonna be actor. Just like in English, actor. Or you could also say actor. Two words are fine. The next thing. Is it E, second, first A, or second A stressed? Yeah, that's good. And once again, engineer. Can you guess who that one is? Yeah, that's an engineer. And the last one is a bit hard to say, so I'll help you with the translation. But first, which letter is stressed? Yeah, that's good. Once again, pисьменник. And that's a writer in Ukrainian. So I know who writes books. Alright, so you've got this list of words now with translations, and it might help you during this exercise later. So over here we'll write down the Latin for all the words. But first we will introduce a few people, and we will learn new pronouns for us. Okay, but let's see. Can you try to read this sentence over here? Okay, that's good. Who can translate that? This is Mark. So Mark is just a name. And over here you have his job. So it pretty much says he is something. Let's see. Yeah, it's good. So він means he. And over here you have a sentence, he is an athlete. Let's see. Він спортсмен. And if you want to ask the question, what is his job? You just need to change the one here. How would you say, what is his job? Yeah, that's good. So you just say, what is his job? Right? Once again, хто він за фахом? And you can say now, what is his job? Він sportsman. That's good. And then we have the next person. Хто це? Yeah, good job. Once again, це Anna. And who is she? Yeah, very good. So she's an animal athlete, right? Once again, вона спортсменка. So in Ukrainian, sometimes you can see these signs over here. You can skip them or you can keep them. So in our heads it means is, but since in Ukrainian there is no is, this sign can sometimes show this is. But it's also fine if you just skip that and you have nothing. So if you just have like and then like a blank space, it's also fine. So it's up to you. You either have it or you don't have it. It's up to you. So it could be, for example, я актриса, and in your head it means am, or you could just keep it. So it's going to be just я актриса. So it's flexible, up to you. Alright, so we can also ask the question, what is her job? How would you say? Yeah, that's good. Let's say one more time. Хто вона за фахом? Alright, and let's say one more time. What's her job? Вона? Спортсменка. That's good. The next person. Хто це? Yeah, that's good. That's his name. Let's again. Це Олег. І хто він за фахом? Yeah, good job. So he's a student. Once again, він студент. And then we have one lady here. Can you read this name? Let's try again. It's going to be Olha. Yeah, so remember it's like Olha. Something like that. Once again, Ольга. І хто вона за фахом? Вона студентка. That's good. So here you have a few new pronouns that might be helpful. How would you say I? Yeah, that's good. In this question, how would you say polite you? Oh no. Good. That's right. Polite. It's gonna be good. And two more. You have he. How do you say he? Vin. And she is gonna be Vona. Alright, that's nice. So you will need these two in a second. Please remember. Vin is he, Vona is she. So here you've got the printed version and the handwriting. I want you to try to read these ones first, okay? I have a good handwriting, so it's a good example for you. And can we just read over here and you try to find which number it belongs to, okay? So let's go. What is up? Okay, maybe one more time. Let's go. Як справи? And can you try to find the same but printed? Can you see which number? 8. That's good. So over here, як справи. And do you remember what як справи means? That's good. How are you? So let's go to B. What do you see here? Yeah, good job. What does that mean? Goodbye. So once again, до побачення. And which number is that? Very good. That's right. Побачення. So we can write down number B. Letter B. Then the answer for як справи. What do you see over here? Yeah, good job. So which means bad, right? Once again, pogano. And can you find the number? 13. Yeah, 13. That's a good job. Pogano. Okay, let's move to H. What do you see? Yeah, good job. Good afternoon. Once again, добрий день. And which number is that? 3. Good job. So it's going to be добрий день. Good afternoon. Then you have hi. How do you say hi in Ukrainian? Привіт. And which number is that? 1. That's good. So it's going to be good. Then you have letter D. Yeah, good job. Once again, як тебе звати? What's your name? And which number is that? 5. That's 5. That's good. So please write down the. Then you have so-so. How do you say so-so in Ukrainian? That's good. Once again, нормально. And can you find the number? 12. That's good. So you get нормально. Things here. And then we have a. That's good. Мене звати. And which number is that? 6. Yes, that's a 6. Мене звати. And then you have great. How do you say great in Ukrainian? Чу. Yeah, well done. Can you say that's чудово? Yeah, which means great. Як справи? Чудово. And which number is it? That's here, 11. That's J. And then you have good evening. How do you say that? Yeah, that's good. Let's say one more time. Добрий вечір. Can you find the number, please? 4. That's a 4. That's good. So it's Z. Then we have U. Yeah, that's a buy, right? Once again, buvai. And which number is it? Yeah, that's here. Buvai, 14. All right, and then ye. Oh, what about ye? Добре. Sounds like, як справи? Добре. Let's again. Добре. And which number is it? 10. That's a 10. Добре. Then we have good morning. Yeah, good. Once again, добрий ранок. So letter K, which number? 2. Thank you. It's 2. And thank you. Good. Once again, дякую. And which number is it? 9. That's 9. Thank you. And the last thing, sorry, we meant to clear. It should be yeah. So how do you say nice to meet you? Good. Once again, дуже приємно. And that's the last number 7. So it's your mom. All right. So I was doing exactly the same, learning Chinese. It was crazy hard for me doing that. What do you feel? Is it hard to read when it's handwritten? For some of you? Yeah. I don't think it's easy, but just over time it's going to be easier. This one is much more clear for sure. All right, so here we've got these jobs, but we only have 3 more minutes. So maybe we can just try to remember how to say he and she for now, okay? How do you say he in Ukrainian? Він, that's good. And how do you say she in Ukrainian? Okay, that's good. So you will need those two because you're gonna introduce these people in a second. You've got 3 minutes, and I guess we can do the I class now. So let's see who's here today. So it's number 7149 today. And we can have a break now, so it's 12 minutes before, but let's meet in 10 minutes. Right, let's continue. So over here you can write down the letter if it helps you, but we also need to write down the numbers, so it's gonna help you know which job is which, right? So I guess first we can just read the words and then we go one picture by another, and you will tell me who these people are according to their jobs. Right, I feel like you can try to read first and then I will say and you will repeat again. You can either try to read by yourself or you can also address things. One more time, the red line is just a syllable. So to learn reading in Ukrainian, we can divide the words into two syllables to make it a bit easier for you. Let's see, let's start with number one. Good, once again, doctor. Okay, over here is a bit tricky sound. Let's say it's gonna be lip. So remember, let's say li. Oh, sorry, lip, lip. And let's see what the teacher is. Good. Once again, should they? Alright, then we have a writer. And this sound here, let's say si. And what's the whole thing? Please. Good. Let's go. Pисьменник. And once again, pисьменник. Then we get the musician. Good. Once again, muzykant. What about the next job? Yep, that's good. If you need some help, engineer. And after an engineer, you have a secretary. That's good. Once again, secretary. And then you have a businessman. That's good. Once again, businessman. And then you have a journalist. That's good. Once again, journalist. And over here you get the last column. That's good. Once again, programmist. An actor. That's good. Once again, actor. How do you say an actress? Good. Once again, actrisa. Then you have a student. Good. Once again, student. A student, female student. Good. Once again, studentka. Then you have an athlete. That's good. Once again, sportsman. And a female athlete. Sportsmanka. That's good. So over here, you've got to either work in pairs with the partner or by yourself. And please take turns or just record everything by yourself. You've got to ask the question of who is he, or like what does he do, what does she do for a living, for her job. And then you get the answer, like for example, he is an actor, she's an actress. Let's just practice. Can you please read for me this question first? Yeah, that's good. So it's like, what's his job? Let's again. Хто він за фахом? And you have to say he's an actor. Він актор. That's good. And what about her? Okay, акторка or актриса. You can use one of those. Let's again. Хто вона за фахом? Вона акторка. Alright, so maybe I'll just write this sentence over here if you still need it. So it's like хто він, вона за фахом. And now we go one by one. We will say first and then please record so that I check your pronunciation too. And sorry, I didn't have a chance to check this weekend because I wasn't signed up for work. I have to check this week, so it's the last week when I'm checking for sure. So it's like, хто він, вона за фахом. That's your question now. Alright, let's go. Ready, steady, go. Two people here, so you've got to do both of them. You have він і вона. Let's talk about him first. That's good. Once again, хто він за фахом? І what would you say? That's good. It's over here, right? Once again, він студент. What about her? Хто? All right. So please record this with your partner or by yourself. Alright, let's move to the next two, or one, let's see. Great, this man over here. What's the question? That's perfect. And what's his job? Okay, he's a businessman. Once again, bin businessman. Okay, your time. Let's see next. We've got this lady here. Let's ask the question first. Yeah, let's get over here. Once again, вона журналист. Okay, your turn. Right, two of them the same. Let's talk about him first. Okay, кто він за фахом? Yeah, він актор. And what about her? Good job. Once again, вона актриса. Okay, your turn, please. Okay, this man over here. Кто? Yeah, that's easy. Let's say, він доктор. So I guess from now on you can skip the question if you want and just please give me the names of jobs. Okay, so for example, він доктор, вона вчитель. But up to you, you can keep the question, especially if you work with a partner. Okay, the next thing. What about her? Yeah, кто вона за фахом? And what's the answer? That's nice. Once again, вона секретар. Your turn. Number 7. Yes, that's perfect. And listen, let's make it a bit softer. Once again, він програміст. Your turn. Alright, this guy. Кто він запахом? Yeah, that's perfect. An engineer. Once again, він інженер. Alright, the teacher here. Хто вона запахом? Yep, nice. And the sound once again, lip. Шите. Your turn. This guy here. Хто він запахом? Nice. Once again, музикант. Він музикант. Alright, only two more left, I believe. Let's see. What about him? Хто? I think he's a writer. Good. Once again, sit. Письменник. Two guys right here. I'll ask you a question. Хто вона запахом? That's good. Once again, вона спортсменка. Хто він запахом? Good. Once again, він спортсмен. And that's the last for you. So at home, please practice reading, and I did upload it over here. So you've got the conversation worksheet, and you've got the dialogue and exercise too. It's those two that you need for today. So practice, please. And right now, we actually have two options, but I think let's go back to the history. It's gonna be something else, something more fun than what we've done before, because now we talk about the princess, all of them at once. And maybe you can try to read the names of those people who kind of established Kiev in Ukrainian. Can we try to read them? So that's the main brother. What's his name? Kui. Do you see it now? Once again, Kui. Alright, what about this guy? Yeah, that's good. So it's this letter, right? It's like shoot and shoot. Once again, chef. Then we have one more brother. Yeah, good. Horif. Yeah, Horif. And this sound is a bit hard. Let's say Dil. And the whole name? Yeah, let's say Levit. Yeah, that's her name. Okay, so these people found Kiev around 5th century when they climbed the hill. Remember that. And then over time, there was this Viking Olaf who came down and killed to great grandchildren of these people. So he killed the rulers of Kiev at that time, and he said that he's gonna rule Kiev. So as you might know, his name is Oleg. I think he's here in the middle. And his surname is Rurikovich. So in English, it's translated to Rurikid. And it was a dynasty of very strong rulers who made Kievan Rus even stronger. So we did have Kievan Rus being a fantastic state for more than 7 centuries, which is incredible for that time. So maybe we can try to read their surname in Ukrainian one more time. So that's the dynasty name. Yeah, good job. Let's go one more time. Rurikovich. Rurikovich. Okay, one more time. In English, they're known as the Rurikids. And the first one is going to be Oleg. I do believe you remember him. So he was from the Rurikid dynasty, and he died because of the horse. Remember him. After his death, it was his son Igor, who ruled the Kievan Rus. So over here you have the whole family that we will talk about. Those people in yellow are the most popular and famous rulers that everyone in my country knows. So I hope you do remember them too. Let's see. So there was Oleg. After Oleg died, his son became the ruler. What's his name again? Yeah, can you say it again? Let's try to read. Igor. Igor. Okay, so in English it's Igor of Kiev. He died, unfortunately, quite early. And since his son was too young to rule the country, the state, his wife was the ruler instead of the son, which is kind of incredible for that time. So let's see, what's her name? Yeah, good. Let's see. Olha. Olha. Alright, let's see. So in English it's Saint Olga, and then we've got their son who grew up a bit and became the ruler too. Let's try to read. Yeah. So, do you see that? Let's say again. Sviatoslav. Sviatoslav. Okay, that's him, Sviatoslav the first. And then he had two sons. But the one who actually wrote is very famous. It's the name of our president too. Nice, let's say it. Volodymyr. He's also famous as Volodymyr the Great. And then we will talk also about his son. What's the son's name? Good. Once again, Yaroslav. Alright. So he's famous in history as Yaroslav the Wise. So Slav is kind of a popular ending for many Slavic names, and Slav means glory. So every time it ends with Slav, it means glory behind. So for example, Svyat actually means like light. So it's like the glory of light. What else do you have? You have Yaroslav. I don't think it means anything, but you've got, for example, my name. If it's the male form, it's going to be Vladislav. Vlad means holding. So, and Slava means glory. So it's like holding the glory, and so on. It's just like the meaning behind some names. So let's see. We get these people again. Oleg, you do know already. He's the one who died because of the horse. Then we've got his son Igor, who also died quite early when he went against the Byzantium. So we had his wife Olga, who had to rule instead of the son, who was too young to rule. And she's famous because she was the first person in Kievan Rus to adopt Christianity. Do you remember which religion it was before Christianity? Remember that? It was paganism, which is like the belief in ghosts and in spirits and the gods of nature. And then we have his son. he was a strong ruler, but not too famous. He spent almost all his time just fighting with the nations around him. He also did something strange for Vikings. He actually liked the Slavic culture a lot, so he brought the parts of Slavic culture back. So, for example, obviously Vikings would wear some different clothing, but he did like the style of Slavic people, so that was him in a while. He kind of started to wear Slavic clothing, and he started to follow some of the traditions too. So he brought the culture back, the Slavic culture. But there are two of them that I feel like they're very, very popular, very famous, and I hope you do remember these names. So one of the main princes that we talk about in our history classes is this guy over here. In Ukrainian, his name is Volodymyr Veliky, or Volodymyr the Great. So he's the Grand Prince of Kiev, and he was the youngest son of Prince Sviatoslav, and he wasn't he was born to the housekeeper, so he's not like a legitimate prince, since it was kind of not an official marriage, obviously. But he did lots of good things. As you can see here, he was the one who brought the Christianity to the lands. So she was just the one who adopted Christianity herself, but what Volodymyr did, he turned the whole nation to become Christian. And he did it to become closer to Europe. That was his idea. And also on the right side, you can see the Ukrainian coat of arms. That's the symbol of Ukraine. If you go to the Ukrainian kindergarten, they will explain that this is mother, this is father, and this is the baby, and it's like a symbol of Ukraine. Some people can see like the falcon, like a big bird, and there are lots of explanations. No one knows what this one is in reality, but it was actually created by this guy, by Volodymyr the Great. So he was the one who put it on his coins, and we Ukrainians brought it back in 1992 as our symbol. So sometimes, especially during the war, it's a very popular necklace among my people, among Ukrainians. He is actually also the one who protects Kiev in our minds. That's his huge monument, super big, almost, I guess, like a half the size of Type 101, and he's standing next to Dnipro River, and he overlooks this place. Why is it Dnipro River? Because that's the one that he called everyone to be baptized. And that's how it was. So let's see a bit in the details. Volodymyr the Great, also known as Volodymyr the First of Kiev, accepted Christianity after Olha. So he was the second one who accepted Christianity. But he thought it was such a great religion for the whole nation that he decided to turn everyone Christians. And then in 988, that's the date that every Ukrainian kid knows, he decided to baptize everyone. He said, this day, everyone, please come, and you need to go to the river Dnipro, and I will baptize you. And that's what he did in 988. And we believe it's a great thing for Ukrainians. So that's how it was. That's actually, you might remember this guy. This is Nestor, who wrote down the tale of Bajan years, and we know about this period only because of his book. Let's see what he wrote down here. Let's see the picture. Great, so that's how it was according to Nestor.
If then Volodymyr sent throughout the whole city to say, if anyone does not come tomorrow to the river, Dnipro, be they rich or poor, old or young, or even a slave, they will be my enemy. When the people heard this, they went joyfully, saying, if it weren't good, the prince and the boys would not have accepted it. The next morning, Volodymyr arrived at the river Dnipro with the wife, priests, and a multitude of people gathered there. Some entered the water and stood up to their necks, others up to their chests, and the young stood on the shore up to their chests, some holding infants, while the adults waded. The priests, standing, prayed. There was rejoicing in heaven and on earth because of the multitude of souls being saved. But the devil spoke, lamenting, "Woe is me! I am cast out from here. I thought to find a dwelling here, for there was no apostolic teaching here, and they did not know God here. I rejoiced in the service of those who served me. And now I am defeated by the unlearned, not by apostles or martyrs. I can no longer rule in these lands."
Alright, so one thing to remember about Volodymyr, he was the one who baptized the whole nation. And
Then Volodymyr said,
and we're grateful for that. But the next prince, who was his son, also did lots of good things for Ukrainians. So first of all, he was the one who decided to build lots of churches and libraries for the Kievan West to make it more cultural. And he was the one who built the Saint Sophia Cathedral, which is one of the best cathedrals that we have in Ukraine now. He also made the rule of law, so he created the law system for Ukrainians. So you can find him in the city center as a monument too. He's just next to the Golden Gate, which is the main gate in Ukraine. It was the gate, like if you go a bit down, that was the gate in the 5th century. It was built in the 5th century, and it was the entrance to Kievan Rus in the 5th century. And in Ukrainian, it's going to be a Golden Gate. That's the name of the thing. Can you try to read that? Yeah, good job. Once again, Zoloti Vorota. Okay, so that's the Golden Gate. And that's how it looked. So in the 5th century, that was Kievan Rus, and over here, to enter Kiev, you had to go through the Golden Gate. And we kept it, so it's a very, very old building that we still have in the city center of Kiev, of my city. And Volodymyr is just here. And by the way, he's holding our famous cathedral, which is called Saint Sophia Cathedral. That's the one. So it's a very famous architectural monument of Kievan Rus, and it's under the UNESCO protection. So it was built in 1018, which is quite a long time ago. You might see the main entrance of it on the news if you watch the news about Ukraine. So that's going to be the main entrance over here, and then you walk in, you've got this cathedral. So that's one of the biggest monuments we've got in Kiev and in Ukraine in general. Have you seen this building before? No? So that's also kind of a cultural square where we decided to have all the Christmas events. So one day, if we go there during Christmas, that's going to be the place for you to try some mulled wine or to have some Ukrainian Christmas food. That's going to be all here, and also the Christmas tree. If you go inside of this cathedral, it's very golden, and it has all the priests and it has all the saints of that time on the walls. So it's called Saint Sophia Cathedral, right? 2 questions I want to ask you, and please listen to the video and tell me later the answers for these 2 questions. So number 1, it's called Saint Sophia Cathedral. Who is it named after? Please watch. And then you've got the word Orthodox. You might have heard it before, but what does the word Orthodox mean? So 2 questions for you, and we're gonna watch the video. So he starts his narrative from here, where, what's his name by the way? Yaroslav. So where Prince Yaroslav is sitting. So let's see.
In 1997, this bronze monument to Yaroslav the Wise was veiled near the Golden Gate. Here, Yaroslav is sitting on a bench, directing his gaze toward the St. Sophia Cathedral. In his hands, the layout of the church that he built to be the centerpiece of his new capital. Much obliged, amigo. This is the Cathedral of St. Sophia, first built in the 11th century during the reign of Yaroslav the Wise. Now, it's one of Kiev's best-known monuments, and the first to be granted UN World Heritage status in the Ukraine. Now, the name of the church comes from the Hagia Sophia in Constantinople, meaning holy wisdom, rather than referring to a specific saint named Sophia. The cathedral is an awesome example of Eastern Orthodox or Byzantine architecture. It has 5 separate naves or main worship areas and 5 related apses, the arched half-dome section in the front where the clergy performs the service. Very unique for Byzantine architecture, St. Sophia also has 13 separate cupolas, those dome features spread throughout the East. In Eastern Orthodox tradition, the number of cupolas or domes on a church means something. 1 dome represents Jesus Christ, the head of the church. 3 domes symbolize the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. 5 domes signify Jesus and the 4 evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. 7 represent the 7 sacraments of the church. 9, the 9 ranks of the angels. And the rarely seen 13, like we have here at St. Sophia's Cathedral, signifying Jesus Christ and his 12 apostles. After the Roman Catholic Church, the Eastern Orthodox Church is the second largest Christian tradition in the world. It operates as a communion of autonomous churches, each governed by its own bishop. While the Eastern Orthodox Church has no central governing authority, like the Catholic Pope, the Patriarch of Constantinople is recognized as the first among equals of all the bishops. The word Orthodox takes its meaning from the Greek words orthos, right, and doxa, belief. Therefore, the word Orthodox means right belief.
All right, let's take a look at the questions again. So the first thing, did it get the status of the UNESCO World Heritage? I think it's easy because you said before, yes it did. And why is it named Saint Sophia? Did you get it from the video? Okay, find it. Let's see.
This is the Cathedral of St. Sophia. Spirit. 5 domes signify, in Eastern Orthodox tradition, the number of
Okay, he was walking and talking. I forgot which moment. There's my here.
and the rarely seen 13, like Slav the Wise. Now, it's one of Kiev's best-known monuments, and the first to be granted UN World Heritage status in the Ukraine. Now, the name of the church comes from the Hagia Sophia in Constantinople, meaning holy wisdom, rather than referring to a specific saint named Sophia.
All right.
The cathedral.
I hope you got it. It was Holy Wisdom Hagia Sophia in Constantinople, which is Turkey nowadays. And Yaroslav the Wise wanted to have something like as spectacular as Constantinople had, so he built it, and he did steal the name. He didn't create any new name, but he just copied it from Constantinople. And then the second question is about the word Orthodox. What does the word Orthodox mean? Yeah, that's the one, thank you. So it's like the right belief, coming from Greek. And I thought it would be interesting to know the differences between Roman Catholic and Orthodox Catholic. So, as you might know, Orthodox is also part of Catholicism, but it's a bit different in beliefs, some of them. Do you know some countries where people follow the Orthodox Christianity? They're usually all the Eastern European countries, so it's going to be Bulgaria, and then Belarus, Russia, Ukraine, and Moldova. So pretty much in these countries, people follow the Orthodox Christianity. And the main differences will be not that significant. So in all the dogmas, it's going to be more or less the same. But for example, if you read the readings of the books, in Orthodox it's going to be Greek script, and in Roman it's going to be Latin. So in Roman Catholic religion, the Pope is in charge, but in Orthodox we don't have the Pope, we have the Patriarch or the bishops that are the main rulers of the church, the main people of the church. And then in the Roman Catholic religion, the Pope claims authority over kings and emperors, and in Orthodox, the emperors claim authority over the Patriarch. So pretty much in Orthodox religion, the politicians come before the religion. And in Roman Catholic, the priest cannot marry, while in Orthodox, the priests can be married. So that's the main differences when it comes to the organization of the church. But when you talk about some of the beliefs, the main differences are going to be in this Holy Spirit, right? So in Latin Church, it's going to be three of them: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. When in Orthodox, it's the Father, and then Father, Son, and Father, Holy Spirit. So they're not united. And that's pretty much the only difference in the Bible. The rest is going to be more or less the same, the dogmas and everything, if you follow it within. Alright, and one more thing that Yaroslav Mudry did, he not only built the church, the libraries, and created the law system, he also is famous for being the father-in-law of Europe. So if his father, Volodymyr, created the connections with the Europe by adopting Christianity, he went a bit further, and he was smart enough to send his daughters and sisters to get married with all the kings in Europe to make sure it's going to be no war, and kind of he will be connected to Europe in this way. So he sent his daughters and sisters to marry the kings of Sweden, Norway, Poland, Hungary, and France. And I think it's kind of fascinating because what do you think all these people have in common? Let's say Queen Elizabeth, the King of Norway, and the King of Spain. They're actually all the great-great-great-grandchildren of Yaroslav the Wise, because he sent his daughters and sisters to be the wives of those kings in these countries. So pretty much the whole royalty is somehow connected, and Yaroslav Mudry is connected to them too. So we're all connected in Europe. It's kind of small in terms of the size. All right, so that was it. That was him. And during Volodymyr and Yaroslav, the Kievan Rus had its pride. It was a very strong state. We were proud of that time, and after that, unfortunately, it collapsed a bit, but it's for later. For now, I just hope you can remember some of the things that these people did. Maybe we can make some notes. Can you help me? So let's start with Volodymyr the Great, this person over here. What do you remember about him? Just a few facts. Oh, thank you. Yeah, sure. So Volodymyr baptized the whole country. He called everyone to Dnipro, and he is famous for that. And maybe let's talk a bit about Yaroslav. What about him?
He built many libraries.
Yeah, he built libraries. He also built the Saint Sophia Cathedral that we're super proud of. And something else?
European country with Navy.
That's right. So he's famous as being the father-in-law of Europe. That's true. And maybe one more. He created the law system in the Cuban West. That helped a lot to develop the state at that time. All right, so we only have 7 more minutes, and I do hope I can find one thing real fast. If not, let's see how it goes. Wait, hold on. It's here. So, do you remember there was the Saint Sophia Cathedral and it's like this little square? It's also playing a huge role in Ukraine during the wartime. So that's the place where lots of sinners and lots of different activists would go to kind of like record their videos and like speeches and all of that. So when the war just started 2 years ago, actually like 1001 day ago, yesterday it was like 1000 days of war, so it's like 1001 day today. And when the war just started, we got this famous musician who went on that square next to the Saint Sophia Cathedral, and he sang a song that became like a march of Ukrainian patriotism. The song itself is called "Oh, the Red Viburnum" in the middle, which is the type of the tree that you can find in Ukraine. And it was the march from 1875. So he just did a cover, and after that created a huge flash mob over the internet. So I just wanted you to see a bit. The name of the tree is over here. So it's going to be the Red Viburnum, right? Let's try to read. What's the name of it in Ukrainian? Good job. So Червона means red, and Kalina means Viburnum. It's like a red berries, and it's a tree with red berries. Once again, Червона Kalina. And it's a very famous song. So that's gonna be the song first, and maybe. Okay, let's listen first and then take a look at the lyrics. One more time, what's the name of this building? Yeah, that's the entrance to Saint Sophia Cathedral, and he's standing just next to it.
Ой, у лузі червона калина похилилася, чогось наша славна Україна зажурилася, а ми тую червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славну Україну гей-гей розвеселимо. Ой, у лузі червона калина похилилася, чогось наша славна Україна зажурилася, а ми тую червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славну Україну гей-гей розвеселимо.
Alright, so it was quite a big flash mob 1000 days ago. Even Taiwanese people participated in it, so there were lots of recordings all around the world of this song. And all of these people are kind of famous singers, actors of Ukraine, so these people are kind of recognizable in Ukraine. But I wanted you to take a look at some of the words of that song because I think it's kind of interesting to see some folk resemblance in this song. So could you please scan? I have all the words. Okay, it works. And this text is quite short, so I hope we can read it now. It's over here. So you've got the translation in English, you've got Latin and Ukrainian too. The first line goes like in the middle, there is a red kalina, that type of tree, and it has bent down low. So can we try to read that? Лузі, червона калина похилилася. Okay, one more time, let's go. Ой, у лузі, червона калина похилилася. And then for some reason our glorious Ukraine has been worried, so let's try to read. Чогось наша славна Україна зажурилася. Okay, one more time, let's go. Чогось наша славна Україна зажурилася. Okay, so that tree kind of like bent down low, and we would take that red tree and we'll rise it up, showing that like Ukraine is going to be a great country again. So let's translate that to тую червону калину підіймемо. Okay, once again. А ми тую червону калину підіймемо. And we, our glorious Ukraine, shall hey hey cheer up. This phrase is very famous in Ukraine. So let's say, а ми нашу славну Україну гей гей розвеселимо. Okay, I hope we can say this sentence at the end. So let's listen again, and we will say this last sentence all together. Okay? So let's say again, а ми нашу славну Україну гей гей розвеселимо. Розвеселимо. Okay, let's listen again. Oh, and by the way, that's the name of the tree. We could go one by one, but I forgot that I had those pictures. So one more time, there is this red kalina that's bent down, and for some reason Ukraine is sad. So we will take this tree and we will raise it up, and by this way we will cheer up our glorious Ukraine. So that's the song, the meaning of the song. And let's just say that last phrase together.
Ой, у лузі червона калина похилилася, чогось наша славна Україна зажурилася, а ми тую червону калину підіймемо.
Okay, it's now. Ready, let's go.
А ми нашу
славну Україну гей гей
розвеселимо.
Okay, and that's it for today. So I also actually have like a huge, not that huge, but I have a folder on YouTube with Ukrainian songs. So I will upload it today. I will upload the link to those Ukrainian songs. If you have any interest, you can listen to more songs in Ukrainian, and we will do so in the next classes too. So thank you everyone for coming. See you next time. Bye.